This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I'm covering this because so many of you have asked me if I would cover it, so I decided I'll cover it since people are requesting it. That is this video by Chris Brown and Future called High End. It's high end, all right. Some high end crap. Because this is just yet another video which emphasizes how the occult operate, which emphasizes demonic possession. We see it over and over. How original, right? We can go back to Thriller with the zombies and with Michael Jackson turning into a werewolf. Video after video with vampires and people being demonically possessed, just constantly through repetition, showing this stuff over and over. But we're supposed to think it's cool and it's artistic. And it's nothing more than just the same crap that Hollywood and the music industry continue to pimp out. And I've exposed Chris Brown before, as well as Future. Chris Brown, of course, has his clothing line Black Pyramid, which features the pyramid, but that must be a coincidence as well. He's always showing up the same signs, the same symbols as the rest of these puppets. But again, we're all crazy. We're just seeing these things, even though they all have the same markings tattooed on them. They all flash the same symbols on their magazine covers. You got a guy with a Black Pyramid fashion line. I mean, how much more obvious can this stuff get? And let's take a look here at this pretty embarrassing music video. It starts, of course, with this. It says this film, because I guess they're considering this video a film, and its contents do not inherently convey or praise any kind of occult. So you get mockery right there. The images within are to be taken solely as art. Almost feels like that's a direct attack on me, but of course it's not. I doubt that they are aware of my channel or anything like that, but let's be realistic here. For how long have I been saying that the occult operates under the term art, right? They can do and say whatever they want. Marina Abramovich can literally be drawing with blood on the wall, writing a recipe for a blood ritual, and people say it's art because she says it's art. Well, same here. So Chris Brown mocking all of us and Future and all these characters by saying we're not praising the occult. This is just to be taken solely as art. What an absolute joke. So the video starts and you get Future singing, driving down the road, and they show us a blood moon, a giant blood moon. Now, for those of you who aren't aware of the occult, most of their rituals, other than ones that pertain around holidays like the equinoxes, the solstices, Halloween, Beltane, these specific dates which are calendared in every year for them to perform these rituals, they also perform many of their rituals revolving around certain types of moons, whether it's a full moon or a new moon or specifically a blood moon. Now, during blood moons, blood sacrifices are what's used. There's certain times that, these people believe that magic contains more energy and is more beneficial for the satanic practitioner during these time periods where the moon is full or the moon is a new moon or specifically when the moon is a blood moon. It desires that the practitioner and the spells and the rituals that they perform, that they have, it's more likely that their wishes are going to be granted and that whatever demonic entities they summon will appear and perform, whatever it is that they're asking of them to do. There's lunar cycles where they perform specific rituals and magical workings. And of course, there are other types of moons that they use to perform this. So the blood moon itself is symbolic of blood rituals. When there's blood moons, they perform human sacrifice rituals, which you'll see in this video. So as the video goes along and they let us know that it's a blood moon, suddenly we're underground. We're underground in a basement somewhere. Wink, wink, because most of these rituals occur underground. If people only knew what was underneath us, what they've built, there is an underground world underneath us across the entire United States of America. You could talk about just specific places like what's under Disney or what's under the Denver airport or what's in the Ozarks, but they have built an underground network to transport drugs, to transport children for all of their rituals, and that's where they perform it, and that's how they get away with this stuff. It's all done in secret, but they let you know that this is what's going on. So as the video goes on, we see Chris Brown in a coffin. Right now, regular people just go, oh, it's just a Halloween video, and he's a vampire. They don't understand that movie after movie about vampires and drinking blood is just showing you what these people do. These people are cannibals. These people drink blood during these rituals. They become demonically possessed during these rituals, but people don't want to believe it. People instead will go, what did they turn into a bat and fly away? Because they sensationalize these things to make it look more fiction than reality, but they're also letting you know, because part of their magic, part of how their craft works, by showing us this stuff and letting us know that they're doing it, it enhances the power of their spells. So you see Chris Brown completely under demonic possession. You could see that he has a pyramid, multiple pyramids drawn in on his forehead. Must be a coincidence. Maybe he's just paying homage to his Black Pyramid brand, just trying to do a little marketing for himself, right? That's what some of the sleeping masses will say. You can also see on his body all the tattoos he has. It must be a coincidence as well that he has the upside down pyramid tattooed on his stomach. You know, something that's there for life, unless of course you get surgery to get it taken off. He just happened to go to the tattoo parlor and he said, I don't know, man, I really want to get something big on my stomach. You know, should I get like a fireball? Should I get like, how about just a basic triangle upside down? And the guy's like, oh yeah, that's a great shape. You sure you don't want to maybe go with a rectangle? I don't know. What about a rhombus? Oh, that's a good shape too. Let me sleep on it. And then he came in the next day. He said, you know what? Let's do the triangle. It's a cool shape, right? But instead, let's get an upside down one, kind of like the yield signs on the highway, you know? Oh, yeah, what a great idea. I mean, let's be realistic here, how thought out this stuff, you know? I mean, just look. You could see the markings all over these guys' bodies. They mark themselves. That's why almost every celebrity has stars on them. You think they all just love stars? This is how they communicate with each other, so they know they're part of the craft. I mean, athletes have a star in their elbow. Like, what are you, a cowboy fit? No. Oh, what do you have it for? Oh, they won't tell you. Oh, I thought it was cool. You can see the star tattoo on him. Find a celebrity that doesn't have one. They have stars behind their ears, stars in their elbows, on their arms. I mean, it's all right there. They mark themselves. They show themselves. So, as he rises out of his coffin here, we then see, which, you know, it's almost laughable. It's just so stupid, these videos. We see other people who are demonically possessed now running around. Then Future decides that it's time to murder everyone in the room. So he pulls out his gun and he shoots all these people dead. We then see another guy holding up someone's head. He's decapitated someone. So you see that they're cutting during these murders. They're cutting again and showing you the blood moon. Now, why do you think that is? They already showed us the blood moon in the beginning. Now all these murders are going on underground, and they cut to above ground and let us know that it's a blood moon, and this is a blood moon ritual. Pretty easy to figure out if you're awake, right? Why would they cut back to it? It wasn't just like some shot where they were panning while he was driving. They're saying, hey, check out the city. Cool. No, they want you to know this stuff. So as the murders take place, they cut, they show you the blood moon. They show a decapitated person. They show another guy holding a decapitated head, which actually looks like a professional wrestler's mask. I believe the guy's name was Rey Mysterio. He's holding up his head with the mask on. So who knows if that's predictive programming there about a potential, you know, future sacrifice, or who knows. You know, you can look at the face of the one head being held. It almost looks like it's Chris Cornell. To be honest, I mean, he's got two black eyes under, you know. This is how they work. I mean, they'll show you this stuff right in our faces, but most people refuse to believe it, refuse to see it. So they could commit all of these ritual sacrifices underground while the blood moon's going on. They're all under demonic possession. Of course, we're all supposed to believe this is a coincidence. They're showing us decapitated skulls. You know, they flash the basic devil horn symbols and all that stuff, which is common. And the 666 kind of. It's kind of hard to pick up on a lot of the symbols because it's dark and they kind of have a strobe hitting, so it's hard to pick up on some of it. So they didn't bother to take screenshots of those. But this is just showing you, folks, this is a blood moon, okay? This is what happens in the occult during the blood moon. They're telling you in the beginning of this video that they have nothing to do with the occult and its art. So they're mocking you, deflecting before you even see it. The common person is not smart enough to realize what they're showing you here, but obviously I am and others are. So you put that in the beginning of the video, then you show the blood moon, then you show all these people getting decapitated and murdered while you're all under demonic possession. And we're supposed to believe that it's just a work of art, right? Do you see how they work? Do you see how they operate? They mock, they show us, yet people constantly do believe that it's art. And it's just a music video. It's ridiculous what they get away with. So this is High End by Chris Brown featuring Future and somebody else. Just more mockery, but more revealing of what really goes on during these certain moon rituals, these blood moon rituals. And during most of these satanic holidays, the occult is real. Satanism is real. The problem is that they've hidden it from everybody as far as on a conscious level of, you know, thinking that it's real and it's going on because they don't talk about it in the news and stuff. But all these shows, all these movies, they constantly show you this stuff because it's in these quote unquote things that are supposed to be fiction. Nobody thinks it's real, but it is. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.